In this video, I'm going to share with you exactly what virtual wholesaling is and how you can make tons of money from the comfort of your own home, even if you don't have any money for yourself. So this video is going to be a little bit different than some of the videos here on my YouTube channel because I'm going to treat this video as kind of like a training. So if you see me looking at my screen, that's because I don't want to miss out any details for you. So let's jump right into it and we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of things. But first, we need to understand what virtual wholesaling is. So virtual wholesaling is basically whenever you are wholesaling, but you're not doing it in your own market. So let's say that you live in Houston, Texas, and then you're going to, let's say, wholesale a property in Indianapolis, Indiana. That's what virtual wholesaling is. And if you don't know what wholesaling is, that's not necessarily buy, but that's wherever you put a property under contract for, let's say, $100,000. That property is worth $200,000, but you don't want to be doing all the flipping and, all dealing with the contractors, etc. So what you're going to do is you're going to then get a real estate investor, another real estate investor that is going to flip the property, and you're going to charge them $110,000 for that contract. So now you're making $10,000 by doing nothing. So I want to kind of touch on what the benefits of, virtual wholesaling is. So now that we understand the concept of what virtual wholesaling is, one of the benefits is the wider market. So what I mean by that is you're living in Houston, Texas, or wherever you're living, and you want to be wholesaling wherever you want to. So if you want to be living in Florida and then you want to be wholesaling in Indianapolis, Indiana, that's what you can do. So this has given you a great opportunity because you're not in your own market, and that widens the market for you. So now you don't only have to be stuck in a single market, you can then branch out to different markets. So, and that's going to be also tied into the low overhead costs because virtual wholesaling, you can do it from your own home. So there's really no cost of doing it except for the cost of marketing. So if you want to do some direct mailer campaigns, you want to pay for some online platforms like PropStream, or if you want to call different cities, the county assessors, they might charge you a little bit for the foreclosures, the tax lien list, but that's really the only overhead that you got. So the next is obviously you have some flexibility and freedom because virtual wholesaling, you can do it from anywhere. You can do it from anywhere. You can wholesale from anywhere. So next, I want to walk you through the steps of actually how to succeed in virtual wholesaling. So obviously you need to be building a strong online presence. What I mean by that is create an Instagram, create a Facebook. And what this is going to allow you to do, and obviously you probably have those accounts already, but create some new ones. So it's going to be solely focused on wholesaling. So then you're going to go out there and you're going to be following a bunch of, real estate wholesaling market areas for different type of pages on Facebook and Instagram. And so what you're going to do is then you can advertise those different types of services that you provide, like virtual wholesaling, to different real estate investors that are a part of those pages as well. So what I want to touch on is the effectiveness of lead generation. So what I mean by that is using online tools. And what I always preach to people in my mentorship program and my course, and if you want to kind of learn more about that, how we can work together, there's going to be a link in the description down below how to book a call with me, and we can just kind of touch base and see if we're a good fit for each other. Using online tools like PropStream, I had found that the best effective lead generation is direct mailers. So what this is basically you're going to sign up for PropStream, or you don't necessarily even have to do this, but you're going to create a postcard and you're going to send that postcard to properties in certain neighborhoods. And so what this is going to do is you're going to put obviously, what you do, you're going to buy the property in cash, which you're not buying the property. It's going to be the flipper and the other real estate investor. And then you're going to send that, obviously you're going to have your phone number in there as well on the postcard. And then you could send it out to all these different neighborhoods and you're just wait for people to call you back. And so what this is going to do is whenever you're doing direct mailer campaigns, you're already touching base with people that want to sell their house, because if they're calling you back, they want to know how you can purchase their property in cash and how much you have willing to offer. So that's what I found the best way to virtual wholesale. So the next is going to be obviously establishing relationships. This is kind of a different way of lead generation because you want to establish a relationship with real estate agents in whatever markets that you want to invest in. Because remember, virtual wholesaling, you can go anywhere in the country to virtual wholesale. So you're going to get in contact with real estate agents and you're going to tell them like, hey, I'm a wholesaler. Do you have any pocket listings for me? And what pocket listings are is basically the real estate agent knows about a property that is going to be put on the market, but they need to get fixed up. They need to clean it, etc. And it's not on the market yet, but they know about it. And so this is a great way for you to come in and get a discount on a property. And also, I want you to be attending different REI meetups. So literally, it's real estate investing meetups. You can go to meetup.com and just find different meetups in the area. You can also do virtual networking events where it's like a masterclass, a free masterclass, etc. And you can network that way as well. So the next way, obviously after lead generation, what I want you to do is you need to know how to conduct a virtual property evaluation. This is going to be the easiest way to do it. You can leverage PropStream, and that's going to tell you, what the property is worth, and what you should probably buy it for. There's going to be a link to PropStream in the description down below this video, but PropStream for the direct mailer campaigns, because it's the easiest I have found in the market, because you can go through USPS.com and do it yourself, and you can save yourself a little bit of money. It's not as easy as doing it through PropStream. But what you're going to do is whenever you're evaluating these properties, you're going to simply find out how much this property is worth and then offer less. You can do a rule of thumb, which is the 70% rule of ARV, which is after repair value. What that means is what the property is worth after it is being repaired. And so you can figure out how much the ARV is by doing PropStream. You can figure out doing that by yourself. I have a video on how to evaluate properties, so you can check that out as well. Then you can put the property on a contract for less, obviously. So let me touch base on something real quick. 70% of ARV minus the repair cost. So it might end up being 50% of what the ARV is. So like my example earlier, you can put a property under contract for $100,000. It's worth $200,000, and then sell it for $110,000 to a real estate investor that's going to flip their property. Why would someone sell their property to you for half of what it could cost? Because they don't want to deal with the repairs, they don't want to deal with the real estate agents, they want cash, and they just want to get out quickly. So that is a benefit of virtual wholesaling, or just wholesaling in general, because that's a selling point for you. You can get in there, get a cash offer to a homeowner saying, hey, I will deal with the repairs, I'll deal with everything, I'll pay you in cash, we'll close in 2 weeks. That's really attractive to a lot of homeowners that have a distressed property. So next, marketing to buyers. What this means is you're going to go out there and find the real estate investors, the flippers. So what you can do is you're going to go to Yelp, and you can call up these general contractors, and you can ask them like, hey, what kind of jobs are you doing right now? And can I get the information of the person that is employing you? Because 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a flipper. And whenever you get that contact information, that's whenever you can contact them to say, hey, I have a property in your market. Here are the numbers. Do you want this or not? And they're going to know the game. They're going to know that you're a wholesaler. So just be upfront and honest with them. So what you're going to do after that, you can go to Yelp, general contractor, etc. You can also go to Facebook, and remember those pages I told you to follow and whatnot? You can post on there and say like, hey, I have this property in X market, and this is how much the ARV is. This is how much, I want my finder's fee to be, which is what you make, like that difference. And you can tell them like, hey, I have a property. Who wants it? And so next after that, after you find a cash buyer, because I promise you, you're going to get a lot of people that are wanting to buy that property from you just by doing those simple things. The next thing is going to be obviously coordinating the transaction. What this means is you're going to make sure that the seller is good through the entire transaction. You're going to make sure that the buyer is good through the entire transaction. And you also want to be in touch with the title company you're going to be using for this transaction as well. You can just Google title companies in whatever market that you're going to be in. And then after that, you're just going to play the middleman and make sure that the transaction goes as smoothly as possible. As you can see, virtual wholesaling, it can unlock a lot of different things for you, because you're going to be wholesaling in a different market. You can be virtual wholesaling in Houston, Texas, Orlando, Florida, Indianapolis, Indiana, Oklahoma City. You can do this all at one time as well. You don't have to be stuck just wholesaling from one market. So if you found this video helpful and you stayed till the very end, hit that like button for me. It really does help out the channel. It helps out this video be pushed out to more people. That way they can know how to virtual wholesale as well. But until the next video, I'm out. See ya.